What's going on, viewers? Shut the Gamer here, and today I wanted to talk about games I finished of 2014. That's right, I thought this would be kind of interesting to talk about games that I finished this year, and there's quite a few of them, so hopefully I can make this, hopefully this doesn't turn out to be too long. And the first game I'd like to come up with is Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis. This is a, finished this game this year. Some of you are probably like, Dino Crisis, that's an old game, that's, you know, but, yeah, that's the first time I finished Dino Crisis. I had it years ago, but I was always afraid to play them type of games, and, so I had my friend play it, and I used to watch him play it in the garage. We played the crap out of it, and the funny thing is I picked it up again and played it, and I pretty much remembered almost everything in the game, you know, just by watching him play it like several times, because we unlocked everything in there. This time I actually got to sit down and play it and beat it myself. So yes, Dino Crisis, I finished that, and it's a great game, one of the best games on the PlayStation, and if you haven't played it, go out and get it. It doesn't cost too much. You can get it on eBay or something, so definitely recommend getting that. So that's that game. Next up we have Uncharted 1 and 2. Alright. Uncharted series. Well, of course, if you got a PS3, you gotta play the Uncharted series. They're amazing. I started with the third Uncharted. I never got the chance to play 1 and 2, so I picked up 1 and 2, $5 for about $5 each, I believe, and I played those. And yeah, if you own a PS3 and you haven't played Uncharted, that's like owning a car that doesn't have tires. You know, it's like, hey, check out my car, it doesn't have tires. You know, so you got to pick up Uncharted. It's one of the best games on the PS3. Probably one of the best games that came out of that time. Now that we're in next gen. So for previous gen, it's probably one of the best games out there. You really can't go wrong with the Uncharted series. So definitely, if you haven't picked it up, I would take a look at that. Resident Evil 6. Now Resident Evil 6 I picked up day one, played the first 3 campaigns, and then stopped after that, and didn't actually finish the Ada until January of 2014. What do I think of Resident Evil 6? I think they should have just stayed with the Leon story, and that was it, and forget everything else. Made the one, you know, take the whole length of the game and just made it all Leon, and the whole survival horror thing of the original, how it originally was, and just left it that way. I think that would have been better, and I think they would have sold just as many, if not more, sales. I enjoyed the Jake campaign and the Chris campaign. The Ada, not too much. You know, Chris is like Resident Evil 5-ish, and I liked Resident Evil 5, and then Jake was like Resident Evil 3-ish, which is kind of cool, but I think they should have just stuck with the Leon campaign. I think it would have been more successful. Hey, Resident Evil's on the cheap. If you haven't played it, it's worth a try. Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes for the PS3 and for the PS4. And you're probably thinking, are you crazy? Well, Metal Gear Solid is my favorite game of all time, so I have to pretty much get everything with Metal Gear Solid. One of the reasons why I picked up the 4 is because I need to train up for MGO3 that's coming out, so I don't want to get too smashed. Practice on my aim a little bit, so because I didn't have a PS4 when this game came out, and when it came out, you know, I had to play it. I didn't care if it was only an hour long. It's like, it's Metal Gear, I gotta play it. So day one, I picked it up on the PS3, and then, you know, several months later I got the PS4, and then so I got the PS4 version. What do I think of Ground Zeroes? You know what? I think Angry Joe said the best. Great game, poor value. The little bit of time that you have, it's awesome. It's freaking amazing, but it's just, you know, it's too short. I can't really say it's a demo. It's like, I don't know what you can call it. To me, a demo is a game that's a finished game and you only play a part of it. This is, Ground Zeroes has nothing to do with Phantom Pain at all. It's just, the story's just tying in. That's the only thing that's about the same. Metal Gear Ground Zeroes, I would pick it up on the cheap, you know, maybe when it gets down to like $5 if you're not a huge Metal Gear fan. It's worth a try to kind of help you, if you're planning on getting Phantom Pain, kind of help you get into it. So yeah, I would definitely look into it. Next game, Lollipop Chainsaw. Alright, Lollipop Chainsaw. What can I say about Lollipop Chainsaw? Dude, the Lollipop Chainsaw, it was so much fun. I popped that game in. Like, furthermore, I didn't even know games like these wacky, crazy games even existed. It wasn't even until I started watching like Alpha Mega Sin channel. I wouldn't even have known about Lollipop Chainsaw, but it's just tons of fun. That's all I can say. I mean, we can get into the statistics of things and all that, and the game is just tons of fun. It's just a blast. I popped that in, and I never stopped playing it until I finished it. I would definitely, I mean, anything pseudo, and I've been playing a lot of pseudo games, you know, Killer is Dead, and Shadow of the Damned, and they're all good. I mean, the games that I play, they don't make a bad game. I would like to play Killer 7. Heard a lot about that, but Lollipop Chainsaw, yeah, I would definitely check that out if you haven't played it yet. It's just a fun game. This is pure fun. Next set of games, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 1 and 2. 1 I actually finished in December of last year, but since I finished 2 this year, and I kind of figured to put them together and maybe talk about the series a little bit. What do I think about them? I think they are pretty good. It's kind of funny because what this game has, this game's lacking, and what this game has, this game's lacking. So if only if they had put them together, it might have been a perfect game. But I always felt that this game had a great story, but it didn't have enough Castlevania. And that's what I felt. I was just like, it doesn't have enough Castlevania. And then this game had the Castlevania, but then the story was a little lacking. So, I mean, it still had a pretty good story, but nothing like the first one. Gameplay-wise was amazing. It was fun to play as Dracula and have all the powers that he has, and you know, and you feel like a badass. I remember those parts where I was just like getting all pissed off because I was getting kind of frustrated. And I was like, I'm Dracula, I'll kick your ass, you know, or whatever. But they were fun. I would definitely check them out if you haven't played them. If you like change, you know, if you're like, you know, I want something different in Castlevania, Lords of Shadow. Batman Arkham Origins. Alright, Batman Arkham Origins. What can I say? You know what? It's a freaking Arkham game. Has there ever been a bad Arkham game? I mean, one, you know, Asylum, and yeah, I mean, just all three of them. There, you know, and then the new one that's coming out. It's an Arkham game, and it's Batman. There was a lot of like epic battles in it that I liked. Some battles were drawn out a little too long. Graphics, of course, are amazing. The fighting I thought was improved. So if you haven't picked it up, go and pick it up. I mean, if you like the first two, you're gonna like this one. You know, I know a lot of people complain that, well, it didn't have anything different to offer. Well, you know what? Sometimes that's not a bad thing. Because what they did is they improved on what was already there. The mechanics, to me, everything was a lot better. Definitely pick it up. Alright, next game. Injustice Gods Among Us. PS4. What can I say about this game? I thought it had a good story, and I think it's a great fighting game, and it's one of the best fighting games I ever played. I think it's up there with Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. I think they did a pretty good job, and I hope they make another one. I thought it was pretty interesting. The story was good, and I enjoyed it very much. So if you haven't played it, I definitely would recommend playing it. Next game, Destiny. Oh, Destiny. What can I say about Destiny? I was disappointed. Wasn't necessarily as good as I thought it would be. I mean, it's fun. I'll give it that. It's Destiny. It is a lot of fun. But it's like once you beat it, once you get to level 20, it's supposed to be an MMO that goes on for 10 years. I can't see myself, you know. I haven't played it since I beat it. You know, it's been a couple months, and I enjoyed. You're locked in at 30 frames per second. It's so smooth. I mean, you can have explosions and everything going on, and machine guns everywhere, and everyone just all over the place. And it just runs perfectly smooth. I enjoyed that about it. It's the mechanics and the controls and everything. That's all great, you know, Halo, whatever. It's all there, but it should have been so much more. So it was a little bit of a letdown. Can't really say I recommend it now. You know, to me, any game is worth picking up on the cheap. It is a good game. I'm not saying that it's a bad game. It's just, I don't know. Just to me, it disappointed me. That's all. But let's go on to the next game. Evil Within. The Evil Within. And all I can say is, what a breath of fresh air to the survival horror genre this game was. This game was such a ride. It was so awesome. I enjoyed every bit of it. It had me on my edge. Was it scary? Yeah, I don't know. I can't say that it was scary, but you were just on your edge. You know, it was just brutal. Every bullet counted. Every bullet. And when you missed a bullet, you just like hated yourself. You're just like, why did I miss? Why did I miss? Why did I do that? Just every ounce of health, every bullet. I mean, you just to survive your way through this game. It's just it's so painful. You're just like, oh, come on, can't I get a bat or something? I want to hit people with bats. You know, it's like, nope, you gotta use your gun, and then you're out of ammo, and you're running around being chased by several, you know, monsters and everything, and you're just like, oh my god, this is ridiculous. You know, it was a lot of fun. It messes with your mind and everything. It had a great story, and overall was satisfied. Definitely pick it up. This is a must-own right here, especially if you love the survival horror genre. And my last game, Assassin's Creed Unity. Alright, what can I say? Assassin's Creed Unity. Well, Ubisoft, in their consistency of putting out games that have a crap load of bugs. So getting this game, because of that, made it kind of a bad experience. Overall, as a game, the game is awesome. You customize your character. The story, there was good moments in the story. It had a great ending. Loved the ending. I thought the ending was unbelievable. The graphics are amazing, but I just wish Ubisoft would have put more care, tender, loving care into this game. It could have been way better than it was. Do I recommend it for Assassin's Creed fans? Yes. If you're an Assassin's Creed fan, go out and get it. You'll love it. If you're new to the series or you haven't played Assassin's Creed, I would recommend Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood or something, or just start with the first one. But not this one. I think it would lure some people away from it. But then again, I did play with someone who never really played Assassin's Creed and he liked it, so you never know. Good game, I enjoyed it. I just hope Ubisoft doesn't continue to make these buggy games. But that's it. Though that's all the games I finished this year. And I was kind of wondering, you know, what games have you finished this year? You know, give me a list down below in the comments below. Tell me, I'd like to see your list. I thought that was kind of interesting to do. Just kind of go over, you know, maybe make this a series once a year. At the end of the year, go over games that I've finished. So, yeah, just let me know what games you finished this year. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and like it and all that good stuff. Hope to hear from you soon. And anyways, this is Shred the Gamer. And until next time, I will shred you later.